Hi. So today I want to talk about having the right mindset. Having the right mindset is imperative to success in all areas of our life, whether it's relationships or careers or creating a business. And sometimes you have to develop the right mindset. And mindset basically is beliefs or assumptions that you have about the world, your place in the world, and certain things, um, experiences you have. Really, it's your perception. So, through our lives, we develop beliefs by if an experience happens to us. We we usually create a certain belief about it, um, our our perspective of it. And if the experience happens again, or a similar experience, and we think the same belief, this just solidifies the belief. It makes it stronger. So, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's a good belief. It just means that usually an experience and the way we think about it shapes our beliefs. So it could be a belief that you had when you were younger, just by um, if you listen to your parents or your teachers and they believed a certain way, you could have taken those beliefs in and now you believe what they believed, and just because you were little and you looked up to them, so you started thinking that it was right to think the certain way they believed, which not necessarily true. So um, and so you really want to pay attention to what you believe about something, because it can give you all the success you want, or it can stop you in its tracks. Because if you don't believe something, say you're trying to create a business and you don't believe you can be successful because you don't have something you believe you need or something, you need to change that belief. It's it's the way you think about something, and it doesn't mean it's right, right? It just means it's your perspective. So you need to understand what you believe about things. So I don't know, if you're trying to create a business, understand your beliefs around it. If you're struggling in a relationship, understand your beliefs around it. Look at your beliefs and write down what you think about the relationship, what you think your part in the relationship is, what you think your partner's part in the relationship is, what do you think it should be. Because when we're little, we watch our parents um, interact in a relationship in a certain way, and we might develop the beliefs that that's what a relationship should be. And and the same thing with your spouse, your partner. They grew up watching their parents, and they believe in relationships a certain way. So just understanding what you both think about how you should react in a relationship would probably help your relationship. But same with careers, same with money. If you believe that, and you're a woman, you believe that women don't make what men make, just because you always saw your dad making all the money and your mom working at home. And so you created a belief around that. But it doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean it can't change, because you can always change your beliefs, your mindsets. You just have to understand what you think about something and understand why you think like that. Or just as long as you understand that you don't have to think like that anymore. Sometimes we hold on to our beliefs like a nice cozy warm sweater because it keeps us comfortable, and we've always thought that way. So sometimes it's not necessarily doing us any good to think about that. So now we need to change the way we think. So if you go through your life and you're going, I'm a failure every day, or I can't do it. So these might be beliefs you've picked up just because somebody's treated you a certain way. So just reframe it and say, I can do it, I'm successful. And if you keep changing the negative to the positive, eventually you'll start seeing more positive. It's just like if you're in a relationship and you are focused on the negative of your partner or your spouse, you'll just see more and more negative. And then it'll just spiral downhill. So change what you're focused on. And it's crazy to think how destructive our mindsets, our limiting beliefs are to our lives. Keep us stuck and just hold us in place and makes us struggle. So I'm going to give you some tips, hopefully some tips that'll help you create a better mindset. So really be aware of your reactions and your emotions every day. So when you react to something, are you reacting the way you want to be? Are you reacting how you want to be? Or are you reacting the way you want to be? Because if you're not, change it. Are you reacting because you've always reacted that way? So just really be aware and see if you're reacting how you want to, because if you're not reacting, sorry, I got distracted by my son there. If you're reacting a certain way, it could be because of old beliefs. So just change how you react and react the way you want to. So that was a little long-winded. I lost my train of thought there. So it's good to take the time and write down what you believe in certain areas of your life, especially where you're struggling, and just to see if what you believe is what you want to keep on believing, or if it's making you struggle, if it's causing you issues, then maybe it's worth looking at changing the belief. It could be an old, outdated belief. Another one is sometimes when we try and grow, we try and change who we are, we struggle a bit with resistance because we get comfortable with where we are. So just really pay attention to how you're feeling in your body, in your mind, and just you want to be able to get through the resistance, because usually you're resisting something because you're trying to move forward with something. So sometimes you want to just be aware of how you're feeling and keep moving forward. And take some time with this, because you don't want to judge yourself. You want to be able to change things that you want to change your beliefs. But it might not always be easy, right? Because you've held on to these beliefs for a while. So Just give yourself some time. Don't be too hard on yourselves. Definitely, when you have beliefs a certain way and where you're thinking negative, start changing it, reframing everything to the positive, and you'll eventually start changing, creating new positive beliefs that will empower you and move you forward. Another one, I think this one's crucial, is be aware of how you're feeling, because your emotions, how you're feeling, is a big reflection of how you've been thinking. So if you're feeling negative, or if you're not feeling good, then really be aware of what you've been thinking. And if you haven't been paying attention to what you've been thinking, now's your chance, because you'll probably find you're negative, or you're saying stuff to bring yourself down, and your emotions will show you that. So the last one, ask better questions. So a lot of times we ask ourselves things like, why doesn't this work out for me? Why do I have to struggle with this? And this is a disempowering question. Our mind always has to answer the question. So every time you ask yourself a question, your mind's going to come up with an answer. And if you're in a negative space, it's going to give you a negative answer. So you want to ask empowering questions that empower you. So anyway, I hope you got something out of this, and thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.